Sometimes the magic wand tool won't work when you want to remove part of an image or select part of an image. It only works when the colour is the same. If I was to use the magic wand tool here, you can see it's selecting part of the headphones. So it's actually going to be deleting part of the image that I want to keep. Now, sometimes you can put your tolerance down and you can actually get away with getting better. So you can see it's getting closer to it, but it's never going to be quite right. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm actually going to make a manual selection. To deselect an image, you hold Control on your keyboard and press D. What we're going to do is we're going to use the Lassoo tool to draw around this picture. Now, there are two types of Lassoo tool. You've got your Lassoo tool and your Polygon Lassoo tool. This one is like freehand drawing. It's very difficult with a mouse, so we're going to use a Polygon Lassoo tool. And the way this works is you do lots of little clicks and it draws straight lines between them. So we're going to go ahead and select our headphones. So the first thing I'm going to do is press caps lock, and what that'll do is it'll change my cursor into this crosshair, which makes it much easier to work with. The second thing I'm going to do is zoom in. If you zoomed out too far, you're just not going to be able to see what you're working with. Doesn't matter if you can't see the whole image, I'm going to show you how we can move around in a little while. So what you're going to do now is you're going to do lots of little clicks all the way around this to select your image. So if you start by clicking, and if you've got a curve, you need to do more clicks than if you've got a straight line. The idea is to follow this as closely and as accurately as possible. If you rush this, especially when you've got a curved line, it's going to be really obvious. Sometimes you'll get straight lines like this and you can just go straight down. Now all I'm doing here is scrolling with my mouse wheel, and that's allowing me to move up and down the image. So I'm going to go around and I'm going to select all around this image. Short little clicks, don't go overboard. Remember, the more accurate you are with this, the better. A general rule of thumb as well is if an image has got a shadow like this, don't include that in your selection because it's just not going to look right, it's not going to fit. So, lots of little clicks. I'm just going to go a little bit quicker now. This is obviously too messy, so I don't want you to do this, but just so you can see. Once you've got to a point where you need to scroll across, what you need to do is hold Shift on your keyboard, or click and hold your mouse wheel, and you can actually just move like this. And then you can go ahead and you can continue with that selection. So I'm going to go very quickly around now just to finish this off. When you get back to your start point, when you move your mouse over it, you'll see you get this little square pop up next to your cursor. If you click now, that'll make your selection. If you were to press delete, that would delete what you had selected, which sometimes is what you want to do. In this case, what we need to do is we need to select everything apart from that. So we're going to go to select inverse. So select inverse. That selects everything other than what you've drawn around, and then press delete. What you can now do is you can select this image, you can copy that, and you can go ahead and paste it onto your document. When this comes up, press resample. You can scale the image up as you need to, making sure you always use Shift, and then you can go ahead and apply any kind of filters that you want to apply to it. And you can see obviously as you look at this, the areas that I've rushed you can see very easily. Around here it's all nice and smooth. You can see here I start to get a little bit too rushed, and you can see there, look, you've got those straight lines. So it really is worth taking your time over this.